Hello, welcome to another webinar for Abu Dhabi branch of Atrix Group across the world immigration consulting services. Atrix Innovative has been working on this immigration industry for the last 6 years. And Alhamdulillah, we have been very successful only because of you people, because you are all very motivating and encouraging us to, continue to produce results and make sure that we make you a success story. My name is Abdul Moeed. I'm the regional manager of Atrix Innovative. And the person in the background is my CEO, Sir Waqas Riaz, who has launched this company in 2015. And since the last 6 years, we have managed to expand this company in Pakistan and in the UAE by having 6 branches. There is a branch in Rawalpindi. There's a branch in Abu Dhabi, UAE, in Islamabad, Lahore, Faisalabad, and Sialkot. Uh, we are ICCRC licensed. We are MARA registered from Australia, and you can confirm this on the Home Office website of Australia as well. And I've been doing this webinar in February for lots and lots of branches of Atrix Innovative. And today, the webinar is for UAE branch of Atrix Innovative Group. And you can see the details on the screen. Um, the number you can contact us is 0971 as well as the landline number is 2622 The office number is 601 6th floor Bin Hamouda Tower near Al Noor Hospital, Khalifa Street, Abu Dhabi, UAE. Atrix Innovative has lots and lots of programs for all of you. We work for USA, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, European countries, and the Caribbean island. And our motto is to enable global citizenship. And we have been working since 2015 for this goal to make dual citizenship, global citizenship for all of our customers a possibility. And today I'll be discussing for the program, which is very, very famous, very, very renowned, and it's the Express Entry Canada program, the federal skilled worker category of this program. And this is a very, very fast and very, very reasonable program for all of the people out there who want to, move abroad, settle in Canada, and live with their families and make a life for themselves, a successful life for themselves in Canada. Atrix deals with study visa assistance, visit visa, skilled worker immigrations, and business investment programs which lead to immigration, as well as for some people, we also deal in special cases of PUs and as well as post landing services for all of our customers and clients and applicants. Um, the best thing about Express Entry Canada is that this is a point-based immigration. I'm sure lots of people are already aware about the Express Entry program. Today, we will be doing a live assessment, and I will be here answering all of your questions. And this capability has only been possible in the knowledge, the programs, the mentoring and teachings of my CEO, Sir Waqas Riaz, who has made it possible for me to sit here and answer your questions and give you knowledge about the Express Entry Canada program and its federal skilled worker category. Federal skilled worker category of Express Entry program is basically a point-based immigration, and there are basically 2 filters which you have to pass through before you are given the ITA invitation to apply from Canada. And the first thing is that you have to pass the selection criteria of Express Entry Canada, and this is by achieving 67 points out of 100. There are a few criteria that you have to fulfill. The first one is age, education, then experience, adaptability, and finally the language. Let me give you a brief outline about the age criteria. If you have an age between 18 to 35, you get 12 points. If your age is 36, you get 11 points. If your age is 37, you get 10 points, and so on and so forth. You lose 1 point if you are above the age of 35. And if you keep on going, then at the age of 47, you get 0 points. But immigration is still possible if you manage to achieve 67 points out of 100. Similarly, if you have an education and your education is graduation, which means 14 to 15 years of education, you get, mm, for a diploma of 14 years education, you get 19 points. If you have a bachelor's, you get 21 points. Then if you do a master's, you get 23 points. Okay. And finally, those people who have a PhD, doctorate, they get 25 points. If you are want me to give you repeat this, you can always post in the comments, leave your numbers, leave your email addresses, and we will contact you, because we have more than 100 consultants who are ready to make sure that all your queries are answered. Let me repeat the education criteria again. If you have a diploma of 14 years education, you get 19 points. If you have a bachelor's degree or graduation, you get 21 points. Similarly, if you have done a master's from any country, you get equivalency from the Canadian education bodies. And if they give you a equivalency of master's, you get 23 points. Similarly, if you have done PhD, you get 25 points. Afterwards, we come to the experience. Experience is having, uh, a job experience, or you may do your own business. And in such cases, if you have 1 year experience, you get 9 points. 2 to 3 years of experience gives you 11 points. Okay. 4 to 5 years of experience gives you 13 points. And 6 years or more gives you 15 points. Then we come to the adaptability portion of the selection criteria, and the adaptability portion has a few things which gains you extra bonus points. The first is, if you have blood relatives in Canada, you or your spouse has blood relatives in Canada, then that gets you 5 points extra. For example, it can be your grandparents, it can be your niece and nephew, it can be your siblings, it can be your parents, it can be um, for your spouse as well as yourself, and they have to have either a PR or a passport of Canada. They should be over the age of 18 to gain you these 5 points. Similarly, you may have your spouse do language test with you. You may choose Ielts, or you may choose CELPIP, CELPIP, or you may decide to do language test, TEF. And in these cases, language test for French gets you a maximum of 4 points. Okay. And the English section, either using CLP, IP, or doing IELTS, gets you 24 points maximum. And the minimum criteria in the English language section is 16 points. Now, how do you get 16 points? Let me give you a brief outline. If you have, in the 4 modules, listening, reading, writing, and speaking, if you have 6 band each in the general training IELTS, that gives you 4 points each for listening, reading, writing, and speaking, which gets you a total of 16 points. Now, this is a must criteria. If you have anything less than 6 band, you are not allowed to move to Canada via Express Entry program. And this gets you 16 points. Now, what score would you require if you want to get 20 points? So, in order to get 20 points, you need, in listening section, in the listening module, you need 7.5 band. Reading, you need 6.5 band. Writing, you need 6.5 band. And speaking requires 6.5 band. This gets you a total of 20 points, 5 points each for every module. Similarly, the maximum 24 points can be achieved if you, in listening module, you have 8 band. In the reading, you have 7 band. In the writing, you have 7 band. And the speaking module, you have 7 band as well. So this gets you 6 points each for every module, and you get a total of 24 points. Okay. Uh, Another way in order for you to gain points in the adaptability portion of the selection criteria is if you have 2 years education in Canada, or you have 2 years experience in Canada, okay, or if you have a job offer from a Canadian employer, which should be valid for 12 months at least. And there are some more detailed requirements, and you can ask me in the comment section, or you can leave your phone and number and email addresses, and we can contact you, or you can contact us. You can see the numbers on the screen: 0971 55769, or you can visit us on our address, and then we can give you all the details you need free of charge. And the best thing about this is that we follow the COVID-19 uh, SOPs, and all of our staff, you have masks and gloves and sanitization and booster shots and everything, and PCR results and everything. So there is nothing to be worried about, in doing a face-to-face meeting with any of our staff members in the Abu Dhabi branch. Once again, though you can see on the screen, I'd like to repeat the phone numbers. It's 0971 55769 0927, 0971 and the office address is 60164 Bin Hamuda Tower near Al Noor Hospital, Khalifa Street, Abu Dhabi, UAE. Thank you, Mr. Mubashir, for your motivating comment. Mr. Khorambati, thank you so much for your motivating comment. Um, we've done with the age, the education, the experience, the adaptability, and the language portion. Now, does this result in you having your visa pasted on the passport? No. If you achieve 67 points, 70 points, 80, 90, or even 100 points out of 100, this only means you have passed the first criteria of express entry federal skilled worker category. Now, in order to get your ITA, the invitation to apply from Canada, which is a must in order for you to get your visa pasted on your passport, you need to pass the second filter as well. And in order to do so, you need to score out of 1200 points, you need to score 472 points according to the last merit that was announced by Canada. And this is also based on age, education, experience, adaptability, and language scores. But in this situation, if we are counting the points for each portion differently. You remember that I told you get 12 points if you have an age between 18 and 35, but in this case, the score is different. Okay, you get different points. For example, for someone who has your education of bachelor's or graduation, instead of gaining 21 points, you gain 50 points. If you have IELTS score of 8 in listening, 7 in speaking, 7 in writing, 7 in reading, instead of getting 24 points, you get 50 extra points. Okay? Compared to someone who has CLB 8, someone who has CLB 9 has 50 more points. That is the usual thing that happens. But this is, of course, just a generalization, because I don't have an exact um, profile to give you an assessment right now. So, um, the first thing after scoring 67 points out of 100, or scoring more than 67 out of 100, you should realize that if you had 66 out of 100, I would not be able to take your case, not be able to give you a consultancy for immigration to Canada via express entry, though there are other programs, because in Atrix Innovative we have programs which are more than 50 programs for all the countries that we deal with, like USA, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, and Caribbean islands. Similarly, we have like countries that are more than 15 countries, more than 16, 17 countries that we deal with. And there are citizenship programs, there are um, permanent residence programs, skilled worker, business investment programs, and there are visit visa assistance and study visa assistance for all of our clients and customers. So the first thing you do after you have scored 67 out of 100 is via Atrix, we get you equivalency from Canada. The reason being that if you have education from Egypt or Lebanon or Jordan or India or Pakistan or UAE or any other country, Canada requires you to get an equivalency from a Canadian education body, and there is more than one body in Canada which gives you these equivalencies. And according to the last calculation, there are like seven bodies which give you equivalency. And choosing the right body is very, very important, and we take responsibility for doing that for you. And this gets you equivalency maybe in 1 month or 2 months, depending upon the body that is chosen for this case. And we make sure that you score the maximum points in the education portion so that your immigration becomes easier. Because, as you know, in point based immigration, the only thing that matters is how much your score is in the comprehensive ranking system, which is calculated out of 1200, and this is called CRS for short. Okay, so after having your education equivalency done, which can be by your country's educational bodies, you get education equivalency from Canada. And once that is done, then we require your language scores. It can be French or it can be English at the same time, and we get all of these results uploaded on the Canadian servers for Express Entry Canada, so that your profile is uploaded in Express Entry, and you come into the pool of Express Entry, which is called expression of interest, which means that Canada now knows, after your profile is uploaded, Canada now knows when the EOI is done that you are interested to move to Canada, because EOI is basically expression of interest. This is your profile which has been uploaded on the Canadian servers, and you are finally in the pool of Express Entry, where everyone from all across the globe are sitting there and waiting for their profile to be chosen for Express Entry Canada, because everyone is interested to have a permanent residence in Canada. And this permanent residence is based on your CRS score, the comprehensive ranking system, which is calculated out of 1200 points. Um, Out of 1200 points, you need to score, according to the last merit, that was 472. And um, this has been on a pause for the last few months due to the COVID-19, but because we are Atrix Innovative and we are offering you consultancy, we are also dealing with more than 60 programs of Canada alone. So we are also giving you provincial nomination program, and the provincial nomination program is either taken directly for Canada or it's taken via the express entry stream, because all the provinces of Canada, all the 13 provinces of Canada are streamlined with the express entry program. And in this manner, the many different programs of the different provinces of Canada require that you should have an express entry profile. And if you do so, your chances are really bright. But if even if you don't, then you can apply directly for that province by utilizing our consultancy services. And we make sure that it becomes very easy for you, because I'll be showing you success stories in a while. But basically, we've been very successful even during the pandemic of COVID-19. We've been very successful in making sure that all of our customers have a provincial nomination. And why is that important? It's important because if you have an express entry profile, uh, as you can see, the different provinces give you provincial nomination, which gives you an extra 600 points. And how do we make sure that that happens? How we made sure that it happened for Mr. Samad, as you can see on the screen. He got Express Entry ITA under Provincial Nomination Program, and the client received this ITA invitation reply with an occupation classification of 0124, Advertising, Marketing, and Public Relation Managers. And he contacted us and was seeking our assistance for his dream to come true of moving to Canada, and we made it happen by making sure that he achieved 600 points extra because his merit was less. It was not up to the mark for express entry, and the way we made it happen was by making sure that his job description matched with his with the occupation and demand for that province. And the occupation and demand for that province is can be many different occupations. It could be male and female nurses. It could be sales and marketing. It could be public relations. It could be community welfare. It could be finance managers, finance officers, accountants, account managers, construction managers. It can be agriculture managers. Can be farm managers. For example, you can see on the screen, Mr. and Mrs. Mosem got nomination via the International Skilled Worker Program Express Entry subcategory on 8 September 2021. And we got it from Saskatchewan, which is again another province of Canada. And we got it during the COVID-19 pandemic, which was very, very high during the September session. And we got it only because of the hard work and the smart work of our processing experts, which were making sure that Mr. and Mrs. Mosem became our success story and got their dream to come true for moving to Canada via the nomination. Again, Mr. Tariq got nomination on 18th November 2021. Congratulations to him. He got it via the International Skilled Worker Program and Express Entry subcategory. The client received notification of interest from Saskatchewan, NOI, and this was again during the COVID-19 pandemic, and it was a great effort by our processing experts, the experts which are working in Adfix Innovative. They were very, very successful. Mashallah, this is we are motivated and encouraged by your positive response and positive comments on our website www.atwixgroup.com, as well as our social media accounts, be it LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. So Mr. Zishan was also very happy. He got an invitation to apply from Express Entry program under the provincial nomination program. He got CRS 954 points, which basically meant that his base points were 354. Excuse me. He got CLB 7, which means that he got 6 band each in his Ielts. He had a master's degree, and his national occupation classification was 0821, which is farm manager. Uh, and it was again during the COVID-19 pandemic. And we were very happy for Mr. Zishan because his case ran very, very fast, and we were able to process everything really, really efficiently for his case. Coming back to our webinar, basically, Mr. Sheikh Dilshah, thank you so much. Talking about the informative session that we're having right now. I'm very, very happy because people are involved and writing comments and listening to consultant from Matrix Innovative. Once again, I would like to repeat that I'm here because of my CEO, Sir Vikas Riaz, who gave me knowledge, who taught me, who mentored me, and it's the reason that my capabilities were raised enough that I was able to sit here in front of you and answer your questions and make sure that all of your questions are answered and give you a brief outline about Express Entry Canada Federal Skilled Worker category. You can leave your numbers, you can leave your email addresses with us, or one of our many, many consultants, more than 100 consultants, can contact you via You can also, see our numbers and address on you know, uh, the webinar. My name is Abdul Moeed. I'm the regional manager of Atrix Group, Innovative Management, and I'm here discussing Express Entry Canada. Right now, we have discussed the federal skilled worker program, and we're discussing basically the provincial nomination program, which is streamlined with the federal skilled worker, and you are able to achieve 600 points extra. You're welcome, Mr. Naim, for joining us, and let's discuss a little bit about the latest news which is coming out from Canada. Uh, you know, uh, One of the news that was very, very motivating, encouraging for not only me but many, many customers of mine was that Canada has made it very, very easy for all those people who have applied. The reason being that they have targeted immigrants and made sure that their target for immigration is increasing every year. Every year, in 2021, the target was just over 4 lakh immigrants, and now in 2022, their target has increased to 4 lakh 32,000. 432,000 people are expected to move to Canada in 2022. Similarly, in 2023, the target has increased to 447,055 permanent residents. In 2024, the target has increased to 451,000 people. And since they were able to overachieve in the previous years, they now plan to make sure that they achieve this target as well. Canada has never stopped their processing, even during the worst conditions of COVID 19. And they continue to work on their immigration population. The reason being that they know that their economy will be boosted. And this is only because the immigrants, the skilled immigrants who are coming to Canada, and one of the reasons is because the birth rate is in Canada is very low, and permanent residents are in high demand in Canada because they're all usually coming via the Express Entry program or the business investment program. So they are beneficial to the Canadian economy, and the Canadian ministry is really, really looking forward to achieving their target in 2022 as well. Um, One of the draws that were held in the first week of February made sure that more than 1,000 people were invited via the provincial nomination program, and the merit for this invitation, this draw, was 74 points. And after PNP, that came out to a total of 674, which is really, really low because, as I told you before, that 74 points of CRS have a total of 1,200 points. So basically, they are selecting people who have just 74 points, which is really, really low and a really good news for every person in the UAE who wants to move to Canada. And not only just the UAE, but everyone in the world. They have a really bright chance. If you are interested to move to Canada, then this is a very good news for you. Another latest news by the Immigration Minister of Canada, Mr. Sean Fraser, is that just a few days ago, Mr. Sean Fraser on February 16th announced having a meeting with the President and CEO of the Business Council of Canada, Goldie Hyder, that in the very near future, they will be restarting the federal skilled worker, and people can continue to move to Canada via the PNP, the provincial nomination. But very soon we'll also be starting the skilled worker category because it's one of the most important and prioritized sections of the Express Entry program, and it's something that they cannot afford to stop for a long term. Record number of people were invited via the provincial nomination program. On 16th February, 1,082 people were invited to Canadian immigration via the PNP, and the cutoff was 710, which meant that the base category was 110 because, as I discussed already with all of you, uh, 600 points are achieved via the nomination program, the provincial nomination program. So the base points increased from 74 to 110, which is still very, very low. And it's becoming really, really easy for everyone to have a dual citizenship. A dual citizenship really helps you out with moving to different countries, especially Canada, because uh, Canada is becoming a popular spot for every immigrant right now, so that they can, live their lives, make their dreams come true. Um, Similarly, on 2nd February, the merit was 674, as I just told you. On 19th Jan, it was 745. Okay, and on 5th Jan, it was 808. So basically, as you can see, the merit has just come down every month, and this is the second draw in February that has occurred with a difference of just 36 points compared to the previous draw, which took place on the 2nd February. Last time, I think it was 1,032 people that were invited, but this time 1,082 people were invited to Canada. Canada has also decided to ease the COVID-19 test requirements for travelers, and this has really helped the tourism. And it will be effective February 28th. And travelers who come to Canada can just, um, show an anti-generation test, and unvaccinated children will no longer have to quarantine for 14 days. Okay. Similarly, Manitoba, another province in Canada, invited via the Provincial Nomination Program, the PNP, and the people invited were 273. This draw took place on the 10th of February, and we found this news on the 11th of February that the total people in just 5 weeks, the amount of people who have been invited to Manitoba is 1,031 immigration candidates. Okay, in just 2022, in just 5 to 6 weeks, 1,031 immigration candidates have been given a provincial nomination and asked to come to Manitoba, another a very good province of Canada. Okay, similarly, um, in 2021, 405,000 immigrants were invited to Canada. Okay, that's why the target has increased this time, and this time the Canadian government is aiming for 432,000 immigration candidates. Ontario, another famous province of Canada, has invited via the PNP 749 workers, and this news came out on the February 9th, and they were invited to apply for a provincial nomination. They got 600 points, and the total people who were invited was 749, and they basically were people who were in the trade, health, and agriculture occupations. This included engineers, industrial, electronic, mechanical, contractors, um, trade, people like electricians and carpenters, automotive mechanics, technicians. Canada has now become one of the fastest growing country in G7 countries, and this is only because of immigration. Okay. Similarly, many draws are being taken place every week, And these draws are really helping out the immigration of Canada. And I'm taking this time and giving you this news so that it doesn't matter if you decide not to do it. Okay, what really matters is you at least have the knowledge about what you're getting into and what would happen if you decide to apply. So I recommend to everyone who's listening to me that they should at least have a meeting with one of our consultants and at least have an idea of what they can look forward to about immigration to Canada, what it really is. I've just given you an idea of one program of Canada. There are 60 programs that are working in Canada, and we are doing all of them. And you can always choose business programs. You can always do direct PNP programs. You can always choose Express Entry Canada Federal Skilled Worker category. Okay, so uh, this way you at least have some idea to make some decision for your future, for your family's future, and that will help you out to analyze the situation and decide whether you actually want to move to Canada or not, or wait, or start in next month, or start next year. It all depends upon having the knowledge of what Express Entry Canada is really about. British Columbia, another province of Canada, which has a very famous city, Vancouver, has now issued, 1,000 invitations to people for provincial nomination since the start of the year, which basically means that in 6 weeks they have invited 1,000 people, and on 8th of February they invite 198 immigration candidates to move to Canada, and this was again a very good news. Uh, Similarly, Ontario invited on 8th of February, Ontario invited 828 express entry candidates, and these candidates were invited on 8th of February. And tech candidates are basically those candidates who have an occupation of computer and information system managers, computer engineers, database analysts and data administrators, software engineers and designers, computer programmer and interactive media developers, web designers and developers. Okay, so 828 express entry candidates were invited on February 8th, and these were their occupations. Similarly, Nova Scotia held an invitation to apply. They had a draw on February 8th, and they invited 278 nurses for provincial nominations. So all of these nurses got 600 points so that they could be selected and move to Nova Scotia, another province of Canada. In this manner, Canada will be able to hopefully meet their target, and not only meet, they will be able to overachieve their target of 432,000 people in 2022. Okay, I hope everyone really enjoyed this session, and I hope everyone has better understanding of Express Entry Canada. Let me give you a brief summary again. For Express Entry Canada, Federal Skilled Worker category and the Provincial Nomination Program. In the Federal Skilled Worker category, you basically have two filters that you have to pass through. The first filter is basically achieving 67 points out of 100. The main criteria is age. You should have an age between 18 to 35. If you don't, for every year after the age of 35, you lose 1 point, and between the ages of 18 to 35, you gain 12 points. In education, if you are a graduate, 15 years of education, you have 21 points. And if you have an experience of 1 year in your job or your business, you get 9 points. 2 to 3 years of experience gets you 11 points. 4 to 5 gets you 13 points, and 6 years or more gets you 15 points. Similarly, for someone who has a master's degree, you get 23 points. For someone who has a simple diploma of 2 years, or basically 14 years of education, you have 19 points. Uh, if you or your spouse are ready to give the language portion of the English section, you get the wife needs to have at least 4.5 band in the general training IELTS, and the The husband, who is the primary applicant, they require the band, which I will be discussing in another few minutes. Um, Ms. Barima says, please, for the processing for student September intake in UK, can you help to? Yes, we help for the September intake. And for students, you can contact us 0971 or 971 or visit our office number 601 6th floor Bin Hamuda Tower near Al Noor Hospital, Khalifa Street, Abu Dhabi. You can contact us or just leave your number or leave your email address, and we will give you a call or email you so that we can, finalize your student intake before September and get you admission letter and other stuff so that you can move to UK as a student. Excuse me. Similarly, um, in the language section, thank you, Ms. Kandelov, for sharing your contact number. Similarly, uh, in the language section, you can either do CALPIP or you can do IELTS. For someone who is doing IELTS, you need at least 16 points, which means six band each in the general training IELTS. Or this gets you 16 points. For 20 points, that means you get in the listening band, you get a band of 7.5. Reading, writing, and speaking, you get 6.5 band each. If you want 24 points in the language section, you get 8 band in listening, 7 band each in reading, writing, and speaking. Okay. Uh, if you have 67 points, that's fine. We can move on to the next portion. But if we don't, we are unable to process your case because this is a requirement of Express Entry Canada Federal Skilled Worker category. It is a point-based immigration. So if you meet your points, you move to Canada. If you don't meet your points, you are unable to move to Canada. Okay. Mr. Alex, you can leave your phone number, you can leave your email address, and we will give you a call, or you can contact us with the numbers and the address on the screen. You can see. Uh, similarly, you need to score good points, 472 points out of 1200 points in the CRS section when you have created your EOI. We will be helping you out with the creation of the EOI, the expression of interest, so that you are in the express entry pool. The reason being that anyone who is unable to score the merit score of the express entry federal skilled worker category, uh, these people have another option, and that option is given by Atrix Innovative, and that is the Provincial Nomination Program, because we are able to get you 600 extra points on your base score of CRS points. For example, you may have 350 points, and by matching your job description and your occupation in demand, we make sure that you get 600 extra points. So 350 plus 600 points gets you 950 points, which I've already shown we can do for one of our clients. We got 954 points from Saskatchewan, and he was able to complete his dream of moving to Canada. Arslan Hanif, I'm good. You want to migrate to Canada, then you can see this webinar, the recording of this webinar, which will be on the website, which will be on the Facebook and YouTube. And this gives you an idea. Otherwise, right now, you can give us a call on the numbers which are on the screen, or you can leave your contact details right now, right here, and we'll give you a call today and hopefully get you a great outline of how you can move to Canada. And then you can do a meeting with us, either face to face or on any other medium that you like. You can contact us on 0971 971 or visit our office. It's 601 6th floor Bin Hamuda Tower near Al Noor Hospital, Khalifa Street, Abu Dhabi, UAE. Thank you so much, everyone, for your encouraging comments, for your questions. I hope I've answered everyone. And I hope everyone leaves their contact details so that we can call you today. And you call us on our numbers as well. And we'll answer all your queries and hopefully um, hopefully, Mr. Aslan and everyone here who is watching will make your dream come true for moving to Canada. Mr. Irshad, thank you so much for joining us. Mr. Aslan, you're from Pakistan, but nowadays you're in UAE on visit visa. That's fine. We'll give you a call. Just leave your contact details on our Facebook page, or you can leave it right now, right here. And hopefully, all of your queries will be answered, and you can move on from there by analyzing the situation and planning on how you want to move to Canada or any other country or any of the you choose the any of the different programs that we do, because we deal with more than 40 programs for all the countries. You can see in the background USA, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, and the Caribbean islands. Okay, Mr. Rashad, thank you for joining us. And right then. Okay. So thank you for joining us. And hopefully, I'll be doing webinars every month. And you can, come back and we can have a really great session. We'll be doing another session in a couple of days on the 21st of February. You can join us over there. And we'll join you on the 21st of February for this webinar session for one of our branches. Thank you so much for being great sport, all of the audience who's been watching me, and hopefully will make your dream come true for moving to Canada and moving abroad, getting dual citizenship, settling down with your families, and having a successful life. Um, Thank you so much. Good day. Uh, May you be blessed always. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz. Islam.